Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Everyday Man Show. I'm Average Joe here with...
I'm Just Josh.
All right, guys, thanks for following us. Thanks for the views last week. We loved it, so let's go ahead and kick off this show. All right, guys, what do you think about Tony Dungy's comments yesterday about Michael Sam and saying that he believes Michael Sam deserves his chance in the NFL, but he's not so sure he would have drafted him himself?
I think he's completely justified in saying that. He's sticking up for what he believes in. He even sugarcoated it, in my opinion. Like, he could have went way off more with what he really believes in. But he would give him a chance, but he doesn't think he would fit in with the team, and he doesn't think that the chemistry would do well, and he'd just be a distraction.
Well, I mean, that's a good point to make. I mean, no one's been openly gay and made a locker room work. Secondly, I believe that Tony Dungy doesn't believe Michael Sam is a good enough player, football-wise, talent-wise, to put up with the off-field antics and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Michael Sam is not running from this. He's accepting it. He's flourishing in it. He's kissing his boyfriend every chance he gets on television. Yeah. So, I mean, you had the punter that got fired for the comments that he made. You have the, I mean, this has already taken to a new level, and it is a distraction. Tony Dungy's right. How are you going to tell me it's not going to be a distraction? Now, people want to say it's anti-gay comments. Do you believe that it was a diss towards homosexuals? Do you think it had anything to do with that?
No, I mean, he never said anything that I took as anti.
No, like you said, anti-homosexual. Well, he said he deserves his chance to play football. Bottom line. So, I mean, obviously the guy's not a homophobe. If he would have him on his own team under the right circumstances. What do you think his overall message was, Tony Dungy?
Really, I think he just wants to run an organization in a winning way, and having big distractions on your team, that's just too difficult to overcome sometimes.
Well, see, I'm gonna stop you right there, because if Tony Dungy's so drama-free, I mean, look, what about his comments about being with Tim Tebow? What about saying he's a Tim Tebow guy? He'd have him on his team. That's a bigger distraction to me than Michael Sam would probably ever be.
Right. So that's a little bit of a.
Honestly, I think that's the mixed emotions that kind of. They're digging up dirt from Tony Dungy, and they're throwing it back in his face. And they're saying, look, this is what you said 6, 7, 8 a year ago, and this is really why he's eating these comments. And on top of that, people are just very, very sensitive when it comes to gay bashing. Or you know what I'm saying? They take it. They're overly sensitive, and that's my opinion. It's sports. You're in a locker room, and Tony Dungy's the only guy who has the balls to admit what the truth is, and that there's going to be problems. There's going to be problems. What do you think about Kevin Love going to Cleveland? Would you make the deal? Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett in a future first round for Kevin Love? Is it worth it?
No way it's worth it. I think that you got a current roster and potential roster to be one of the best in the league within a year or two. And I think Kevin Love getting him right now is playing for, right now. I think that if you're patient, you could have a team that's great for 10 years.
Yeah, I think if they make the move now, they jump the gun, they give themselves a chance. Not a 100% chance, but a legit chance at definitely winning the East and possibly making a run at the total finals. But if they can be patient, and they can keep Andrew Wiggins, they can keep Anthony Bennett, and they still got next year's first round pick, and someone emerges, 3, 4, 5 years, they could possibly make multiple runs at the championship if they can just stay patient.
Yeah.
I
think it's a better salary move too to keep Love off the team. I mean, he's going to take a chunk of salary that
I mean, and is Kevin Love even that guy that everyone makes out to be? I mean, you look at Chris Bosh and what he did in Toronto. I mean, he was a guy that got all the attention. He got every look. He's a supply and demand type of guy. If he's going to get all the looks, he's going to score all the points. So how do you feel about him going into a system where, I mean, you got Kyrie Irving, who's a point guard who likes to shoot the ball. LeBron likes to facilitate, but he's not going to get 2 out of 3 shots coming down the court like he did in Minnesota.
He's basically going to be a Chris Bosh again, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I feel the same way. I don't know if Kevin Love just puts them over the top guaranteed.
No.
And I mean, they have a very young team, and it's going to take years of Cleveland. I mean, you look at what San Antonio did, and they made the right moves. They have a full squad. They have role players. They got guys like Boris Diaw, who were cut twice in the season. They picked up and were able to make shine. And then they get signed to a big contract. That's what a team type of persona does for you. Kevin Love, he's an individual. He's not yet shown that team type of chemistry.
No.
So you can't guarantee.
He's never made the playoffs.
No, he's never made playoffs. And the same thing, Kevin Garnett did the same thing in Minnesota. It may be a hellacious trap over there, and it just happens. But you're not guaranteed anything until you see what this guy actually does for Cleveland. Is there? And this is a question I raised on my own. Is there any possibility that Cleveland guaranteed to deliver Kevin Love before they picked up and signed LeBron James?
Yeah, I don't think they did. I do think they guaranteed LeBron they're going to try everything they can to win. But I just think LeBron's the one who's making the call. LeBron's the one who wanted Love after the fact. I think. I mean,
in that statement he made, he didn't say anything about Wiggins. So it makes you think that he might have been aware of this Love trade or acquisition type of transaction when it all went down. That was my viewpoint. I think that he handled the decision so terribly before that everyone's going to give him too much crap if he runs to go home to Cleveland to chase more championships to team up with more superstars. I think there's a slim possibility, and you'll never know if what the truth of it really is. But you never really know. But I think there's a slim chance that they promised to deliver Kevin Love if LeBron James would just sign with them. And that's why they might be making this awkward, really off-balance trade because, are you kidding me, 3 number 1 picks and Andrew Wiggins is supposed to be the next LeBron.
Yeah. And
you're going to give up him for Kevin Love.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
To me, that's what really rises the question. Did they guarantee Love once they signed LeBron? So, all right, now we're going over the Big 12. All right, guys, well, no one really cares about the Big 12. We're all SEC here in the NCAA. But the commissioner stated yesterday that it's pretty much worth cheating. It's pretty much worth cheating.
Yeah. I think college football is the most chaotic, but like Wild West type of thing. You know, people get away with cheating. You can be the most cheating team, and until you get caught, you know, you can win 2-3 championships before that anything goes into motion.
I mean, look what they did with USC. I mean, they're going to go and strip them of the title, but do you really think Reggie Bush doesn't feel like the rightful Heisman Trophy winner, and USC doesn't feel like they won the championship that year? Like, they didn't get any talent that was illegal. They might have done things in the process that was illegal that 90% of the other colleges have done and never got caught with. But yeah, it definitely alludes to the fact that all these really dominant conferences and dominant teams like Texas and Florida and all these dynasties, it really is unfair for these small division schools and these small conference schools to have that equal playing field.
Yeah, they have all the resources in the world, all that money. I mean, of course they're going to use it. I mean, where do you think the money's going?
And then the other team that they're playing against is using that money too. You know, they're using it to their advantage.
Right.
They're working whichever angle they can. They just don't want to get caught. And the Big 12 commissioners this is back to the first topic. He's like Tony Dungy. He's the only one with the fortitude to state the truth. And that's the reason why he's getting backlash like he is.
I think if you're not winning, you probably aren't cheating.
Yeah.
And
well, what is that old saying? What's the old saying? If you're trying to win, you're cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're doing something to cheat. If you're trying your best to win, you're doing something to cheat.
Yeah. But I think that he's totally justified in his statements. He's just the one who said it. I mean, he's going to be possibly criticized.
Crucified. Who knows? Crucified. That's a better word for it.
Crucified for it. I know
Nick Saban. Big 12.
I'm sure Nick Saban would go off on him if he saw him in person right now. But I think he's correct. There's cheating going on. I don't think that's regulated enough. And I think the players should get paid, actually, but that's another topic.
Yeah, that's another topic. We could go on all day. But thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in to Everyday Man Sports Show. We'll see you guys next week. We got kids in the back yelling because we're your everyday man. Okay, guys?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.